Hello, students. Welcome to the new chapter of business studies, that is consumer protection. Actually, we studied marketing as a chapter. In marketing chapter, what we studied? We studied that customers are treated as the king. Earlier, the olden days, producers were treated or manufacturers were treated as the king of the market because whatever they produce, they will sell to the market. They will sell in the market, and consumers will buy the product. But nowadays, you know, consumers are treated as the king, not a producer, because with the help of customers, only the business is surviving. So the modern methodology of marketing or modern concept of marketing says that customers should be treated as a king. But is it really happening? That's a question. It always we are treating customers as the king? I think no, because you can see all the way some malpractices, some dishonest work will happening is happening to cheat the customers by giving substandardized quality goods, by offering substandardized quality services, underweights of goods, adulteration, black marketing, all these things. Actually, through all these activities, customers are cheated. So there is a requirement of protection, or there is a customer's protection is required. So we are studying in this chapter consumer protection as a customer. Everybody is a customer. Me and you, from day one means beginning to end of the day. We are consuming different products and services. We are using different customers. We are the customers of different companies actually. So we are using different services from different companies. So we all are customers actually. So we should know as a customer what is our rights, what are our responsibilities. When we are talking about responsibilities, okay, rights, everybody needs right, but when we are talking about responsibilities as a customer, what is my responsibility? So whenever I'm buying some product, whenever I'm availing some services, after paying whatever they demanded according to the price fixed by the seller, we are paying and we are getting the service or product. Do they are they according to the standard specified? Are they according to the promise what they made at the time of delivery? So all these things we need to check. If it is not, if the sellers are not promising or sellers are not delivering or keeping their word, then we what are the remedies available as a customer? How as a customer we can react? How we can take legal action against the seller for not keeping their words? All these things we are studying in this chapter. So as per there was a Customer Protection Act, Consumer Protection Act 1986 was there, but right now it is replaced. 2019 Customer Protection Act is revised. So as per the new syllabus, we are studying Consumer Protection Act 2019, not 1986. Okay, so slowly we can start. Yeah, in a free market economy, consumer is to be a king. I told you, traditional concept of marketing says that producers are the king. But right now, the modern marketing says that no, the consumer are the king because consumer has the full right. They are coming to your shop, they are coming to your area to buy the product or services. They should be treated as a king because their right should be protected. They have full right to select the product from our company. So what they are saying that sometimes in order to make sales, in order to increase the sales, in order to increase the profit, we do some malpractices. We are doing some dishonest work. We are exploiting customers. We are engaging in unfair trade practices to cheat the customers. This is what's happening really by defective and unsafe products. You can see, okay, and sometimes customers also they need product at a lesser price. So they will forget about the quality, they will compromise with their quality standards, etc. They will go for unsafe product, and due to that, damages are happening. Sometimes it may cause threat to our life also if you are not buying properly. Very simple example: when you are buying means extension codes, we will okay. There are very low amount of extension price of extension codes are available. At the same time, if you want branded one, you need to pay more. But as a customer, sometimes we will compromise the quality and we will buy the cheap one. But due to that, what is happening? Sometimes even short circuits may happen and their house may burn and their building may goes under threat. So defective and unsafe products, adulteration, of course, mixing different products with the proper product and to become it cheaper. So adulteration, false and misleading advertisement. Nowadays, you can see when the things are presenting in the advertisement, it's like a Superman. But when it comes to the real life, it is only a small thing. I think uh, nowadays it is very less. I think you can see that when you are presenting the detergent, when you are presenting the washing soap, they will say that the white will like this and this clothes are going to be like this after washing with this washing powder. But is it really happening? No, they are exaggerating the things in the advertisement. By showing like that, the people, those who are buying, the customers, those who are wish to buy the product, are actually cheated by the company by saying these false information, hoarding, black marketing, etc. So all these things which are happening in the market to cheat the customers. Earlier, these two terms, those are legal terms actually, caveat emptor, which means let the buyer beware. This was the earlier concept. That means all the protection were given to the producers or the sellers, not the buyers. Earlier, this was the concept, but now you can see it is changed to caveat emptor. That means that the seller beware. When the seller, if you are selling some product or when you're offering some services to customers, you should be very careful because as a customer, they have lots of rights. As a customer, they can do a lot of things. So now it came to let the seller beware. Earlier it was buyer beware. Now there itself you can see the changes. That means which happened, the protection which is available to the which is available under the Consumer Protection Act. So this consumer protection has a wide scope which includes educating consumers about their rights and responsibilities. In India, when you're taking the customers' education, why customers are cheated, why customers are again and again cheated by the producers or the sellers. Because we know that even after say happening all this by giving a substandardized quality product, uh, we will not go for court, we will not go to the court, we will not claim, we will not take any action against the seller or something. Oh, leave it. Will next time we will not buy those companies' product. This is our last attitude. We will not complain. We will not go to the court or consumer court somewhere. So we need to educate. Actually, lack of education it is. Uh, we will not go to the court. What are the legal remedies available? What we can do against the seller, like that. But that education, the consumer education level is very low in India. We can say. And nowadays, central government is giving some advertisements like Jago Grahak Jago. These type of campaigns you might have heard. So educating consumers about their rights and responsibilities is the first thing. If you want to promote the culture of a customer education, you need to educate them. You need to educate right about the rights and responsibilities of a customer. That's why the prime objective is in class 10 and class 12 subject. It is included as a special chapter, consumer education. So getting their grievances redressed. That means, okay, as a customer, if I'm having some problem with a product or services with a company, so it should be addressed. That problem should be solved. I should get a exactly what is the issue. It should be sorted out, and I should get a redressed. The complaint should be redressed, and provide judicial machinery for protecting the interest of the consumers. So in every district, there is a district forum as per the new, not only as per the new 2019 Act, as per 1986 Consumer Protection Act. In every district, there is a district forum to redress the grievances of the customers. So provide just judicial machinery for protecting the interest of consumers. Everything is there. Yeah. If there's a proper consumer protection, both the parties are going to get benefit. That is, consumers are also going to get benefit, businessmen are also going to get benefit. How this consumers are going to get benefit? Because actually, I told you there are no organizations. There are not, or very few organized bodies are there. Through that, consumers will get some education and all. Because of that, these innocent customers are cheated by the sellers. They don't know their rights. Majority of the customers don't know what is the right of customer, what is the responsibility of as a customer. Because of that, they are cheated. They will not go for legal remedies. They will not go to the court, etc. Second one, consumers are unorganized. I told you people are not in a member of any consumer education organization, or they are not part of any consumer associations, etc. So that is also a reason for this cheating. Exploitative customers in every field you see, from the vegetable sellers to aeroplane seller, everybody trying to cheat the customers. I'm not blaming all, but still there are in every field you can see the sellers are trying to cheat the customers. Okay, innocent consumers generally doesn't know that rights and reliefs also. These points already we discussed. Consumers are unorganized and exploitation of consumers is happening always. And what is the advantage if a proper consumer customer protection is happening in the country? What are the advantages to businessman? Of course, self-interest. How we can run a business? We can run a business when there is a society, when there are people, etc., when there are customers in the market. If nobody is coming to your business for buying or availing your service, how you will survive? So for your protection, your survival, for your benefit, actually consumer should be there. Due to liberalization and globalization, firms have to compare multinationals. By providing right quality, right quantity, price, they can beat multinationals, right? Suppose if you want to exist in the market, you should be giving the proper product at a proper quality, at proper quantity, at proper price. That is must. Otherwise, the multinationals are there. You are not competing with your company. You are not competing with your local players. You are competing with the national players, international players, as a result of this globalization. Either you will be obsoleted. If you are cheating your customers, that brand will vanish from the market, no doubt, nowadays. Moral justification, of course, because as a member of the society, even businessman is also part of society. So they have some moral duty of business to avoid this unfair trade practices like defective, unsafe products, adulteration, uh, false and misleading advertising, hoarding, black marketing. This should not be done to a civilized society. So if you are properly maintaining all the customers' grievances, you are addressing customers' grievances, and you are taking corrective action for the customers in favor of customers. So government will not interfere you much. Otherwise, government also will interfere in organization. Why customers are complaining again and again about your product or service? Word, so it will invite customers government intervention to your product or your intervention to your organization. So if you are properly attending all the queries for the customers, if you are properly addressing the complaints of the customers, then government unnecessarily will not come to your area or come to your organization for the intervention. For always for the long-term survival and benefit of the firm, it is better to have a customer protection agency or customer protection practice in your firm. Otherwise, I told you, if people are thinking that if customers feels that this company is cheating us, if the company is not delivering the proper goods or services, whatever the as per their promise, definitely customers are not going to come to your organization. They are going to leave. So, for the long-term survival and growth of the industry, or for long-term growth and survival of your firm, it is better to have a proper consumer practices in your organization. So, for the entrepreneurial growth and social justice, of course, India is a mixed economy. It gives more importance to social justice. Exploitation of consumer is against the directive principle of state policy laid down in the constitution because government could not or government cannot allow some agencies, some sellers to exploit the customers because it's a duty of the government to control all these matters. Now come to the rights of customers that we can take in the next chapter, next class. Actually, now what we studied, and before coming to that, we can conclude who is a customer actually. I'll tell you who is a customer, who is buying the product, who is availing the service, right? But a little bit more expansion is there. As per Consumer Protection Act, the consumer is a person who gets the goods or who avails the services for a consideration. I'm paying some consideration, if I'm paying money and I'm using the product, if I'm paying money and I'm using the services, I'm a customer actually. But I paid the money, I'm getting service. Only me as a customer? No. At the same time, this consideration may be what? Maybe I agreed, I'll say I'll pay the money today or I'll pay tomorrow. I agreed that. Or I'm paying in installments. So whatever is the terms of payment, once it is agreed, I'm a customer. And second thing, with the permission of mine, somebody else is using this machine or somebody else is using this product or services. He is also comes under the category of customer. So does it mean that, but if you are getting a product at a free of cost, if you are purchasing a product for the resale purpose, if you are purchasing some product for commercial purposes, you will not be treated as a customer, remember. So who is a customer under Customer Protection Act, Consumer Protection Act? A person who avails services, who purchases goods or avails services by paying a consideration, by paying money to that, for that. And not only that, with the permission of me, somebody else is using this product or services, he is also come under the means as a customer, he can also complain. As a payer, I can also complain. And this consideration doesn't mean that you completely paid the money. No. Suppose you purchased some product from a supermarket. For that 50 kd is the amount, and you paid only 20 or 30 kd. 20 kd you will pay later. You agreed that. The shopkeeper also agreed, and you also said correctly. Then after that, some products are defective, and because of that, some problem came out. Can you file against that supermarket? Of course, you can file because you paid partly the money and part money you agreed that they will pay you later. So you have the full right to complain against this bakala or the person against whom he sold goods to you, because that is the case. So customer, he paid and using the service or product, maybe with the permission of that somebody else is using the same, he can also treat it as a customer. Consideration may be paid, payable, or in installments we are paying, whatever it is, he can treat it as a customer in the consumer protection law. Okay, so next class we will go through the rights of a customer. Thank you.